As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I am joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, NAC accredited with the A grade deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, in association with African Asian Rural Development Organization, New Delhi, ORDO, organizes this weekly international webinar series on open source digital technology towards self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Today is 116th edition, 22nd June 2024. This webinar is being organized every Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency the Secretary General Ardo, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf, and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of the Centers of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Applications, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome our guest speaker of today's webinar, Dr. Nitin Kubde. Good morning, sir. He is a professor operations and consultant bio-green energy and waste management, MIT College of Management, MIT-ADT University, Pune, Maharashtra. Today's topic is a very important topic, bio-green energy revolution in India, a roadmap to the national agro-economic development. I wish to inform the participants, to the speakers and to the speaker, that the university regularly conducts two webinar series, that namely National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 and beyond, Atmanirbhar Bharat in Agriculture, on every Thursday, and the International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technologies towards Self-Reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, on every Saturday. Under this international webinar series, these two centers of excellence, namely Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Applications, have organized 115 lectures on various important topics. To read out these 115 topics, it will take more time, and I will mention some of the topics to generate interest among the viewers. Each topic can generate an IT startup in agriculture sector. Open technologies to provision simple and economical IT infrastructure, open source software and industrial IoT for SMEs. Rise of platform economy, revisiting value chain governance, ecosystem architecture for digital transformation, education system, cyber critical infrastructure, Digital India, urgent need for semiconductor manufacturing in India, technology investment in agriculture value chain, role of foreign direct investment by Dr. Dhanendra Kumar, former Chairman, Competition Commission of India, and entrepreneurship and skill development, AI design pathways, era of automation, industrial robotics, and Industry 4.0, Indo-German perspective of technology transfer, skill gap analysis and opportunities, role of artificial intelligence in healthcare, current developments in diagnosis and vaccine research, digital agri-tech and agri-startup perspective, e-governance models towards self-sustained quality services to citizens backed up by technology, building public digital platform using microservices and APIs, health informatics network value chain, clinical AI, interface between machine learning and health informatics, National Digital Twine Program. Dr. Nitin Kubde, can you put your video on? Okay,
Yeah.
it's a live one.
Right.
Indian National Digital Twine Program need for a robust geospatial infrastructure. New Internet IPv6 root server toward Atmanirbhar Connected Bharat. Indian startups, reflections, and possible policy intervention needed for scaling up to Gram Panchayat. Blockchain and crypto for digital assets platform, pathways for global trade. Space startups connecting to international market with the emerging business models, enabling technologies for future vision. Technological renaissance and the human capital, a perspective. Health informatics network value chain, medical outreach, challenges and potential. Project management essential, launch pad for future CEOs and startup founders beyond. Smart village, oblique community, the African ICT oblique IoT lesson, digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance. Smart microeconomic zone, pathway for self-reliance at village level, Atmanirbhar village. Knowledge management for development partnership to achieve sustainable development goals of UN and implementing the agenda 2030. Market driven agriculture, need for development of crop specific strategic at block level. A open agri network to unlock the $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with smallholder farmers, developing rural entrepreneurship to ensure doubling of farmers' income, leveraging the power of convergence through connecting the dots. The dots are agri startups, agripreneurs, and rural innovators. Agronomy plus artificial intelligence is equal to precision farming, doubling farmers' income, imperatives of plant health informatics network, commodity value chain creation through agri network and agri AI and metaverse, frontiers in workspace, coconut value chain challenges transforming into opportunities, coffee informatics network value chain facilitating smallholder coffee farmers into business, data mining on digital agriculture, drone technology ecosystem, empowering smallholder farmers in India, disruptive technologies in precision farming, precision agriculture, digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance, application of AI and digitization in agriculture and animal husbandry, regeneration and acceleration of agribusiness through digital transformation, biodegradable edible packaging for enhanced shelf-life of perishable goods, agri-entrepreneurship and opportunity in India, accelerating digital adoption and data-driven a rural cloud initiative, doubling farmers' income, empowering through bioenergy farming, and creating a more nutritious and sustainable food supply building. Smart tribal farming, digitalized grassland husbandry to empower Gujar, Bakarwal nomadic tribes of Jammu and Kashmir, unleashing the potential of digital agriculture, empowering small and marginal farmers through system of systems framework, strengthening cassava value chain through product diversification, a basic diet for over 500,000,000 people in the world. And today is 116th edition. We'll have the talk by Dr. Nitin Kubde on the important topic, Bio-Green Energy Revolution in India, a roadmap to the national agro-economic development. India is said to be a land of villages. Agriculture sector is the foundation of the Indian economy. It employs more than 50% of the Indian workforce, contributes almost 20% of its GDP. It is the main source of food, employment, and income for 70 to 80% of the people suffering from hunger in developing countries. Many national level programs, be it Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, and Stand Up India, and Scale Up India, and Grow Up India, have faced operational difficulties for its impact at the farm level and farmer level, that too at the small and marginal farmers. Farmers of India, who are comprising of about 14.5 crore operational holdings, of which 85% farmers have less than 2 hectares of operational holdings. They are all called small and marginal operational holders. They are facing multidimensional problems: price fluctuation, debt, lack of infrastructure, and weather. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, at the 7th Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog, held on 7th August 2022 in New Delhi, in his opening address, he said, I quote, the need to focus on modernized agriculture, animal husbandry, and food processing to become self-sufficient and global leader in the agriculture. In his closing remarks, he said, I quote, each state should focus on promoting trade, tourism, and technology via every Indian mission around the world. State must focus on reducing imports, increasing exports, identifying opportunities thereof. I also would like to talk about the measures which are being undertaken towards digitalization of agriculture systems. Doubling farmers' income by 2022 report 2018 has given major recommendation for doubling the farmers' income by 2022 and beyond. I was closely associated with this committee during its formulation. I chaired two volumes, Volume 11 and Volume 12B. Volume 11 talks about empowering the farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination, and Volume 12B talks about digital technology in agriculture. And the Volume 12B talks about 7 mission mode programs and about 40, sub recommendations. And the 7 mission mode programs are to be operationalized in the farming systems life cycle. And it is a strategic use of digital technology in in farming systems life cycle, and this has to be given lot of emphasis and appropriate financial commitments from the government, both central government and state government. Digitalized agriculture, digital transformation by synergization of all government schemes at the grassroots level, be it Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India programs, through smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming, digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions, digitalized agriculture resources information system and micro level planning, and digitalized value chain for about 400 agriculture commodities, digitalized access to inputs, knowledge, technology, skill, agricultural finance, credit, marketing, and agribusiness management to the farmers, digitalized integrated land and water management system, and digitalized farm health management for reduction of farmers' loss, to have an integrated view of farmer health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, fish health, and environmental health. And once again, I quote our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, in his Man Ki Baat program on 29th November 2020. He said, our farmers, our farm sector, villages are the foundation of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And agroecology farmers practice a sustainable farming tactics that focus on protecting natural resources and land while eating as much crop as possible. Feature of agriculture industry: as the world population continues to grow, so does the demand for food. And technological innovations and technological advancement affect all industries, including agriculture. Most revolutionary innovation in agriculture sector are include smart farming and genetically modified organisms, GMOs. Smart farming, some of the technological advancement that smart farmers should use include GPS tracking, drones, Internet of Things, and robotics. And agriculture 4.0 is the future of farming technology. We have an ecosystem. We want to strengthen that ecosystem. They are Society 5.0, Industry 4.0, and Agriculture 4.0. And through the recommendation of the doubling farmers' income by 2022. We need to bridge the development gaps in human resources for informatization of farming sector through MTech in agricultural informatics, agricultural informatics, BTech in agricultural informatics, PG diploma in agricultural informatics, and diploma in agricultural informatics, and MBA in agribusiness management. And there in agriculture food sector, micro, small, and medium enterprises are key to tackling food security, meeting growing consumer demand, and reducing poverty through inclusive and sustainable development. And in view of this, the Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, to promote digital technology in agriculture, we have conducted more than 235 webinars through these two national webinar series. And we are also promoting the digitalized agriculture value chain initiative through NGOs and higher educational institutions in rural areas, be it fisheries informatics network value chain, health informatics network value chain, and spices informatics value chain, dairy informatics value chain, jackfruit informatics network value chain, and millet informatics network value chain, and so on and so forth. And small enterprises in agriculture and micro enterprises in agriculture include farmers, farmer produce organization, cooperative societies, self-help groups, traders, and aggregators and retailers, etc. Out of 63 million MSMEs, it is estimated about 3 million are MSMEs in agriculture sector. And agri-tech startups are needed, and which need to be scaled up, one per each gram panchayat, amounting to 2.5 lakh gram panchayat, to facilitate digital transformation in 145 million operational farm holdings in India. And agri-tech technology startup ecosystems have to be evolved in a very big manner. And this will facilitate to achieve farm extension 4 to strengthen agriculture 4.0. These are all challenges which are available with us, and we have to prioritize it. Agriculture 4.0 is the future of farming technology. Digital transformation in agriculture through digital research and innovation in agriculture, and digital capacity and deployment in agriculture. Empowering the farmers is essential. India will go from data poor to data rich nation in 5 years, allowing data driven decision making for scale and inclusion. This means that all 4,500 engineering colleges, 45,000 non-engineering postgraduate colleges, and 1,500 deemed to be university, IITs, NITs, ICAR institutions, agricultural universities, IIMs, and for agriculture colleges have to establish Center for Agricultural Informatics and e-governance research studies, and to bring in digital transformation in agriculture. Smart farming means AI design pathways in farm management system. So we have seen agriculture 1.0, agriculture 2.0, agriculture 3.0. Now it is agriculture 4.0 and 5.0. Today's topic is Green Energy Revolution in India, a roadmap to the national agro-economic development. We have already conducted related webinar topics. Bioenergy supply chain, a business opportunity for rural enterprises and farmer produce organization, by Mr. Suhas Bakshi. He is the CEO of Biofuel Circle Private Limited, Pune, on 1st July 2021. Doubling farmers' income, empowering through bioenergy farming, and creating a more nutritious and sustainable food supply, by Francisco Arlia, Chief Executive Officer, Harvest Harmonics, Florida, USA, on 10th August 2023. In the international webinar series, we have organized democratization of essential services by using sustainable energy as a catalyst. And we need to establish sustainable energy and village level, for which today's topic is very important. Doubling farmers' income, empowering through bioenergy farming, and creating more nutritious and sustainable food supply. This topic, we had the webinar both in national webinar series and international webinar series. To provide some preliminary information on the topic to the participants, let me also talk about green economy and green growth for sustainable development. A green economy is defined as low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive. Land, water, vegetation constitutes the foundation for building up an evergreen revolution movement which has roots in the principles of ecology, economics, social and gender equity, energy conservation, employment generation, and social auditing. Green growth is defined as a concept in economic theory and policy making used to describe paths of economic growth that are environmentally sustainable. There has been a lot of focus on green economy and inclusive growth in the global forums as well as national forums. We have UN Net Summit 2012, that is Rio Plus 20, focused on institutional framework for sustainable development in economy in respect of poverty reduction and sustainable development. It is a harmonious blend of life in its infinite diversity with the non-living factors such as climate, edaphic, and topographic. India supports about 10% of world population in the land area of 2.4% of the world and has a total geographical area of 329 million hectares, out of which about 265 million hectares area represents varying degrees of potential for biological production. It is reported that more than 50% of total geographical area is threatened by various types of land degradation, such as soil erosion, gully and ravine formation, salinity, waterlogging, and shifting cultivation, etc., etc. The existence and absence of favorable natural resource can facilitate or retard the process of economic development. India has been divided into 6 river resource regions, 35 basins, 112 catchments, 550 subcatchments, and 3,257 watersheds, and many sub-watersheds and micro watersheds. It is a known fact that agriculture is the largest user of land and water resources in the world, yet millions of farmers live in poverty. Improving their food security and livelihoods would be easier if there are more land to put under the tile and endless clean water supply, but these resources are limited now more than ever. By 2050, it is pronounced that there will be more than 2 million additional people on the planet, requiring 50% of more food from the same agricultural footprint. That means that we need to unlock sustainable potential of land resources for agriculture and rural development through earth care policies. And National Mission on Climate Change Mitigation and Adoption in India, talks about 8 national mission: National Solar Mission, National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, National Water Mission, National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem, National Mission for a Green India, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, and National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change. National Mission for Green India, are commonly called Green India Mission, launched in February 2014, has its objective to safeguard the biological resources of our nation and associated livelihoods against the perils of adverse climate change, and to recognize the vital impact of forestry on ecological sustainability, biodiversity, conservation, and food, water, and livelihood, security. And Green India Mission aims at protecting, restoring, and enhancing India's diminishing forest cover, and responding to climate change through adoption and mitigation measures. New and renewable energy capacity addition, an impressive action plan. With ambitious renewable energy targets, India's renewable energy sector growth outpaces all other global economies due to a strong government support policies, an ever expanding domestic market, and a growing pool of skilled professionals. India aims for 500 gigawatt of renewable energy installed capacity and to produce 5 million tons of green hydrogen by 2030, supported by 125 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity. Green growth is identified as one of the nodes of Saptarishi, 7 priorities of the 2023-24 India's budget. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, has established following R&D institutes with a mandate to carry out state-of-the-art R&D and innovations covering the entire spectrum of bioenergy, leading to commercialization of technology and their integration with other renewable energy technologies such as bioenergy, wind energy, and solar energy. Sardar Swaran Singh National Institute of Bioenergy, Kapurthala, India is endowed with a large reserve of biomass and being an agrarian with a large reserve of biomass and being an agrarian economy, there is surplus agriculture residue waste and that gets generated as a consequence of agriculture activity. With the surplus biomass being underutilized, there is an ample scope and opportunity for furthering biomass usage for energy applications. Solar farming to farmers. The Government of India has formulated a centrally sponsored scheme, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Utahan Maha Abhiyan, to facilitate solar farming, one of the largest initiatives of the world to provide clean energy in India, de-dieselization of farm sector, providing water and energy security to farmers, increasing the income of farmers and curbing environmental pollution. One of the most significant is the creation of jobs in the solar industry, which can help to stimulate local economies. Farming through solar energy across the country is a reality in India. Advancing the smart tribal farming, sustainable agriculture and food security, and action plan tribal village economy to be self-reliant will be part of such type of national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022. Let us understand the market dynamics. It is market-oriented farming. Farming as a business, farm management. These three things are very much essential at the small and marginal operational holdings. The global changes of rapid population growth, urbanization, and market liberalization directly impact on farming, making it more market-oriented and thus more competitive. And Indian agriculture system produce a large scale of agricultural waste, and the category of agri waste are paddy waste, wheat waste, sugarcane waste, coconut waste, cotton waste, mustard waste, horticulture waste, jute waste, agroforestry waste, bamboo waste, non-timber forest produce waste, floriculture waste, sunflower waste, mushroom waste, biogas waste, livestock waste, fishery waste, and others, etc., etc. According to ICR report, Creating Wealth from Agriculture Waste, report 2020, which talks about 140 technologies. India generates about 350 million tons of agriculture waste every year. 350 million tons of agriculture waste every year. As per the estimate given by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, this waste can generate more than 18,000 megawatt of power every year, apart from generating green fertilizer for use in agriculture. Globally, about 1.3 billion tons of food products for human consumption gets wasted or lost every year, and about one-third of biodegradable municipal solid waste mainly comprises of domestic kitchen waste generated from household. This in turn generates obnoxious gases and greenhouse gases besides foul odor around the landfill sites. Agriculture waste generated from modern Indian agriculture system has been calculated is found to be more than the GDPs of many countries put together. This provides an ample opportunity for agricultural entrepreneurs for generating value out of agriculture waste in terms of bioenergy, biocarbonization, biofertication, and biosequestration. This will provide acceptable solution for agricultural loan waiver problems of the country. This will provide acceptable solution for agricultural loan waiver problems of the country. Hope Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare listens to this statement. Government of India has decided to establish about 10,000 agri-tech startup by 2023, and such startups are expected to generate wealth from waste by adopting suitable technologies. We are recommending 2.5 lakh agri-tech startups to convert waste to wealth. It is essential, and I am very happy that you know India has to unlock approximately $500,000 economic value, $500,000 economic value by 2030 through adoption of circular economy by circular economy business models, and India's biomass-rich rural hinterland can emerge as a potential hotspot for the well-established circular economy and so sustainable source for generating wealth from waste. I can give an example: wealth generation from banana agro waste, and this I have brought out a detailed study reports, and I also promoted establishing technology center come banana agro processing park, you know in Enactment district, and project proposal is under preparation. Bioenergy supply chain, a business opportunity for rural enterprises and farmer produce organization. Bioenergy basics. Bioenergy is one of the many diverse resources available to help meet our demand for energy. It is a form of renewable energy that is derived from recently living organic materials known as biomass, which can be used to produce transportation fuels, heat, electricity, and produces and products. Benefits of a robust bioenergy industry. Abundant and renewable bioenergy can contribute to a more secure, sustainable, and economically sound future by supplying domestic clean energy sources, reducing India dependence on foreign oil, generating India jobs, revitalizing rural economies. Biomass is a renewable energy source, and biomass is derived from plant and algae based materials that include crop waste, forest residues, purpose grown grasses, woody energy crops, microalgae, urban wood waste, and food waste. Biofuels, energy for transportation. Biopower, energy for heat and electricity. Bioproducts, everyday commodities made from biomass. And transforming food waste into bioenergy is the need of the hour. And the food to waste in the bioeconomy, transforming food waste to bioenergy will play a key role in developing bioeconomy. And bioenergy accounts for roughly 1/10 of the world total primary energy supply today. Biofuel circle, bioenergy marketplace connecting rural and industrial economy is the need of the hour. Agriculture waste is India's number one problem. Agriculture waste is India's number one problem. And objective of the today's program is to support setting up of waste to energy products for generation of biogas, bio CNG, power, producer, or syngas from uh, urban, industrial, and agriculture waste oblique reduce. India's bioenergy program provides central financial assistance to project developers and service charges to implementing or oblique inspection agencies in respect of successful commissioning of waste to energy plants for generation of biogas, bio CNG, enriched biogas, compressed biogas, power, or generation of producer of syngas. Bioenergy is one of the many diverse resources available to help meet our demand for energy. National Bioenergy has got National Bioenergy Program 2022 has following sub theme: Waste to Energy Program, Biomass Program, and Biogas programs. Biomass feedstocks include dedicated energy crops, agriculture crop residues, forestry residues, algae, wood processing residues, municipal waste, and wet waste. With this introduction, let us now turn to the address by Dr. Nitin Kubde, Professor Operations and Consultant Bio-Green Energy and Waste Management, MIT College of Management, Pune, Maharashtra, on this very important topic: Bio-Green Energy Revolution in India. Bio-Green Energy Revolution in India, a roadmap to the national agro-economic development. I wish that this becomes a policy paper to the government of India and state governments. And this topic will motivate and galvanize the participants watching over telecast through feedback facebook.com /Shobhit University India, youtube.com Shobhit University in, or linkedin.com /company /Shobhit University for establishing agri-tech startups to undertake bio-green energy revolution, facilitating agricultural and rural transformation in India. Let us unlock the opportunities in India at the earliest. And let me introduce the guest speaker, Mr. Manish. Professor Dr. Nitin Kubde is an experienced techno-commercial manager turned into an academician and consultant with the skills of team task allocation, monitoring, and execution of the project. Apart from the monitoring, guidance, counseling, and training potential, Professor Nitin Kubde is passionate to work upon the multidisciplinary profiles at senior level to utilize his technical, commercial, and interpersonal abilities to achieve organizational goals. He has also worked in the domains like production, fabrication, manufacturing, allied processes, quality control, production planning, control, inventory control, procurement, warehousing, plant operations, and maintenance of integrated steel and plastic industries. Dr. Nitin Kubde has PhD in management, MMS operation management, MBA marketing management, and graduate diploma in material management, PhD in mechanical engineering, and ME in mechanical engineering and B in mechanical engineering. With these vast capabilities and experience and expertise, I would like to request Dr. Professor Nitin Kubde to address the international webinar series on open source digital technologies for self-reliant India. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. It is really indeed a great value addition to my knowledge also. It was an excellent introduction and it had relieved my tension and pressure in explaining many other aspects in green energy. So once again, good afternoon to one and all present over here. I am Dr. Nitin Kubde and presenting on the topic that is Bio-Green Energy Revolution in India, a roadmap to national agro-economic development. While discussing with Dr. Moni sir long time back, we were thinking of expressing this idea to the audience so that they would be able to understand and make themselves knowledgeable as to what is to be done. The problem of wastage is not a new problem. It is coming from inception. Since old age till now, we are not in a capacity to convert that wastage into the best of the best outcome. Sir was talking about many things. Sir has given you the statistics about the wastage, how much wastage is available all across the world, which remain unutilized, which is having great potential. But again, wastage remain waste, and that has given another nuisance to the society as because we are not able to manage it in a more constructive way towards the revenue generation. So before I start with, I am thankful to Dr. Professor Moni sir and the Shobhit University Organizing Committee, which has given me an opportunity to present in both the webinars with both the seminars. And it is indeed a great initiative from their end to contribute towards the social upliftment, towards the economic, and doubling the farmers' income, which is actually, practically speaking, a overlooked area. We speak about many things, but at the same time, yes, there is a need. Our focus has to turn to the villages, to the agricultural lands, to the barren lands. Being India being an agriculturist country, still we have lot of barren land which remain unutilized. So it's all about the resources management, manpower. We have agricultural land, we have technology need to manage. So in such a situation, this is a platform where we can understand and offer a fruitful solution to the audience, to the clients, to the industrialists who are in a capacity to fund, who are in a capacity to invest, but do not know how, when, where, technical know-how, and other things. At the same time, I am grateful to all the eminent speakers who have presented before. I carefully listened to them, and the speakers who will be, again presenting after my presentation in the future days to come. It was really a value addition. Every presenter had some or other agro product. They presented right from its raw material stage, the processing, the licensing, government procedures, the technology, and everything. At the end of processing all these agro products, I found there is a residue. There is a wastage. Apart from the statistics of the ready wastage available all across the world, sir has given you the statistics. Apart from that, the current processing of all these agro products are again producing some or other agro waste. I need waste. Once you provide me the waste, it was a request to sir at some point of time that sir, you give me the waste, I will give you the best. So in that case, I am once again I welcome the audience who are connected with us, and they are eager to listen. So friends, as we are facing all such kind of, currently we are going through many crises, the recessions, the pandemics, but as because we as a human being, we are always finding the constructive way out to come out of all such crises, recessions, and pandemics. And again, we find the way out towards the further economic development, our own economic development, national economic development, and global development. Second part, we as a everyone.
Dr. Nitin, I think your slide is not moving. You just check it out.
I am yet to start, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So another part, we are all time facing the heat of the fuel prices of non-renewable fuels. All these fuels, whether it is a petroleum or a diesel or a furnace oil or anything which we are using in our locomotive and in industry, now we find it difficult to make the profits by using such traditional and non-renewable energy sources. If you talk about the furnace, traditionally we are using furnace oil. As of now, it is not worthwhile to use the furnace oil in the furnace to produce a profit-making product, profit-making quality product. So it is a need of the hour. It is a time where we have to provide the alternatives for such kind of traditional non-renewable energy sources like petrol, diesel, and many things. Now, when we can understand as a common man, we are facing such a heat. So we can compare, we can understand sensibly what kind of challenges the farmers must be facing in making their life, how in facing in surviving in their entire day-to-day lifestyle. So here is a great initiative where we are, thinking and approaching in a direction how to double the income of the farmers, how to make their life comfortable. And yes, it is really appreciable. This entire initiative is really appreciable. And I am one of the members who probably would be able to contribute to this noble initiative. We will provide the earning opportunities, particularly if you look at any rural areas. We are not falling shortage of wastages. All kind of wastages are there. Only we have to provide them earning opportunities by utilizing all such kind of wastages. Being a literate and knowledgeable and technocrat, I think this is our responsibility to provide them a fruitful solution as to whatever resources available in the rural area, how it can be converted towards the further revenue generation, which will enhance the lifestyle of the farmers, which will improve their earning source, and in turn, it will improve the revenue of the nation. So many types of wastages as already listed by Dr. Professor Moni sir. And the slogan is, yes, we have to give the best out of all such kind of waste, all such kind of wastages. So once we come across such kind of wastages, certainly here is the solution in my subsequent slides, where we will be able to, we made an efforts where we will be able to convert it into a renewable energy source, which in turn will provide us revenue, generate the revenue, give us a profit, and it will certainly improve the lifestyle of the farmers in the all across India, and particularly the Kodalur districts, which we are talking about. Before I start with the figures, the numbers which are mentioned in the slides, they are subject to change. The reason being,
Yeah,
if you
but
take,
the slide is not coming. It is not getting displayed.
it will start, sir, now.
Okay, fine. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
put it there.
Yeah. So the figures and the numbers which are given in the subsequent slides, they are subject to change. The reason being, the wastage in one geographical region and wastage in another geographical region, the ambience and the technology of processing all such kind of wastage varies from region to region. So the numbers or the figures are, although they are quoted, but they are subjective figures. It can't be considered a 100% concrete figure, either in a fraction form or the whole number form. So it will vary in certain range. So with this, I would like to start with my presentation, that is Bio Green Energy Revolution in India, a roadmap to national agro economic development of the nation. Uh, yeah. So this is a small introduction about me, which sir has, expressed in a very excellent way. I'm thankful to sir. Coming to the next part, that is setting up a compressed biogas production plant from all kind of wastages with zero discharge. Now, what is this zero discharge? As we are aware, from every industry, we are getting some or other kind of wastage, and disposal of such kind of wastage is a major challenge, whether it is a chemical industry, textile industry, processing industry, or any heavy industry. We are bound to get some wastage after processing a product, and there is a challenge now. As per current pollution control norms and the waste disposal norms, it becomes very challenging to dispose such kind of wastages. So this is one alternative where you will find we are producing, we are generating, and we are developing a plant, a manufacturing unit with zero wastage. There won't be anything which is required to throw out of the premises of the factory. Everything will be utilized, and from everything we will be able to generate revenue, we will be able to generate profit. So we don't have anything called as wastage after processing the wastage. After processing the wastage, we won't be getting anything which we are calling it as a wastage. Everything is useful, everything we are generating the revenue out of everything. Additionally, government is giving 100% support over here, which is a fortunate thing for all the entrepreneurs, investors, where they should look into this as an opportunity for profit making, for profit generation, for revenue generation. It is a scheme called as SATAT, SATAT, initiative by the government of India, sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation, where government is giving all kind of supports, right from sanctioning of the loan, funding, and providing all technical know-how, providing the every details about what, when, where, what, how, everything is available. And we are the people like us are there, where they are helping you out in establishing any plant at any corner of the nation, at any corner of India. So these are the focus areas. The wastages available at Kodolu district. So about this, sir has spoken a lot, and you can understand the seriousness of the disposal of the wastage. We can understand the scope for waste management. At the same time, we can understand what is the scope for revenue generation after managing the waste and after processing the waste. So it's all about waste utilization and conversion of that waste into uh, bioenergy sources. And accordingly, with this, we would be able to increase the income of the farmer. So there is a huge scope for incorporation of, there is a huge scope for incorporation of artificial intelligence, analytics, all kind of digitization, and all kind of automation. So this is the beauty of this particular plant processing, where on one side we are managing the waste, processing the waste, getting the main product, getting the byproduct. Nothing is there to throw out of the premises of the factory, and everything is there for generation of the revenue with the help of advanced technology. That means this technology is there in the market, but this is the existing and traditional technology. We will talk about the advanced technology, where all the shortcomings, all the defects, all the other technical glitches can be overcome, and we are getting 100% highly efficient output without any wastages, without anything. So coming to the next part about our background. So we are there in the market since last so many years. As a consultant, I am associated with many vendors, many manufacturers, where with the help of all just vendors and manufacturers, we are getting into all acquiring of the land, construction, installation, commissioning, and after that, if the client required, we are there for to run the plant for whatever number of years on O&M basis, on profit sharing basis. So we are there. We have 25 installation of biogas, then 700 small installations we have done since last 10 years. Extensive experience in this particular area. 5 major installations of compressed biogas projects we have done. Then many processing units, and handling of this entire what we can say is the plants and operations with the help of a team of technocrats. We are having a team of technocrats, managers, who are into the entire project management, giving the perfect solution to customized solution to the clients. These are all the various bodies where we are associated with, and many government bodies, private bodies, where we are having association for smooth uh, execution of the project within shortest possible time. Coming to the next part, which is very interesting, and we are getting into little more details of the how this entire conversion process from wastages to the gas, compressed biogas. So these are all the various types of wastages. Apart from that, in the introduction, sir has given many more other kind of wastages also. So any wastage can be utilized over here except stone, glass, plastic, and metal, because these are non-biodegradable materials. Rest of the material, including human being and any live or dead thing, that that can be biodegraded either in presence of oxygen or in absence of oxygen. So these are the certain list of raw materials which are there: press mud, Napier grass, poultry litter, and many other, up to cattle dung and poultry litter and all these things. Here we have tried to give you an approximate conversion of the biogas in the form of volume, in the form of weight, because we are selling this gas to the government in the form of kgs, not in the form of volume. So that's why this conversion has been given, that if we are processing, for example, 1 ton of press mud, then how much volume of biogas we are generating, that is 120 cubic meter. If we convert it into by weight in kg, it is converting into 48 kg per ton. Again, these figures are subjective. It may vary little here and there. The reason, because of the quality of the raw material, the quality of the wastage which we are getting. Sometimes press mud is too hard. Sometimes the press mud is in the form of a cake, very soft. So you can understand the humidity content, the life of the wastage, how long it has been, kept outside in the open space. So many parameters are there which are deciding the outcome from such kind of wastage in the form of biogas. So this is one table which is showing you that how much biogas we can generate from 1 ton of wastage, 1 ton of the raw material, in the form of either in terms of volume or in terms of weight, that we can see over here. Coming to the next part, these are the various different projects which we have worked upon. The tenure, the capacity, the raw material required. Based on that, this is one table which is mentioned over here, where the different types of project handled by us at in different capacities mentioned over here. This is very interesting slide, which is very important. Now in India, what happens? We are not getting any raw material consistently throughout the year, 24/7 by 365 days. That is the major challenge. You may get press mud for a period of, let us say, 4 to 6 months, starting from November to March. You may get poultry litter throughout. You may get some food wastage at some particular point of time, but managing the plant only on one type of raw material becomes a challenging task, becomes a difficult task. So what we are doing, we are suggesting a hybrid plant. We are not going to run any plant exclusively on one type of raw material, exclusively on one type of wastage, but we'll be using it for a mixed proportion of various type of wastages. Now, although on right hand side you can see the figures, but it will again vary from the proportion of different type of wastages we are mixing together. So what is there, if we would like to establish a plant with, let us say, 100 tons per day wastage, we are having a capacity, we developed a supply chain where we are in a capacity to supply 100 tons per day mixed waste, any type of waste which we have listed earlier. So what will happen? Although we won't be getting only one type of raw material, but it is quite possible to get all types of raw material in a different proportion, all type of wastages in different proportion. It is quite possible. And in that case, you can see the outcome which we are getting from this. If we are putting 100 tons mixed waste as an input raw material, we are extracting approximately 12,000 cubic meter gas, biogas per day, which again we can convert into 4,800 to 5,000 kg per day. That means in terms of weight, we would be able to extract 4.8 to 5 tons per day. Volume wise, it would be 12,000 cubic meter. The water required, that is also mentioned over there. But not only this main product, we are getting the byproduct also. So what is the byproduct over here? After extracting this gas, we are getting liquid fertilizer and solid fertilizer as a residue at the end. So do we have anything to throw out of the factory? Do we have anything to throw out of the premises? Nothing. Everything is getting utilized and sold up in the market for revenue generation. The beauty of this plant is probably the revenue which you are generating after selling the gas to the government and the revenue which you are generating after selling this solid and liquid organic fertilizer in the market, if you compare it, probably the revenue earned and the profit earned out of the solid organic and liquid organic fertilizer is comparatively more than the revenue and the profit generated out of the gas which we are selling to the government or the any other commercial market. So it's not only one-way profit, it's a two-way profit. Profit generated out of extraction of the gas and selling that gas in the market and to the government, and profit which we are getting out of selling these organic fertilizers, solid and liquid. Now I'm using the word organic. Nowadays, everyone is health conscious. Everyone want organic wheat, organic rice, organic dal, although the prices are comparatively higher. What does it mean? All these agro products are cultivated and generated without using any chemical. So the price of this organic fertilizer is comparatively higher than our chemical fertilizer, having huge demand in the market. Sometimes we face the shortage of supplying such fertilizers to the people who are working on agro farming. Particularly these fertilizers are used in agro farming, as because the production output is in totality in India is comparatively less and the demand is more. Naturally, whenever in a market supply is less and demand is more, you can understand right from the rates of the tomato and vegetable and whatnot, how these prices shoot up when there is a shortage in the market. Same is the situation over here as far as the organic, liquid and solid fertilizer is concerned. If you talk about the liquid fertilizer, it acts as a saline to the plant. As we are aware that if a patient is very serious, doctor is applying saline for the early recovery, fast recovery. And you will find the result and the effect, positive effect in the patient after giving saline and all these injections through saline, comparatively better than giving the tablets and medicines, other medicines. Same is the case over here. When we are giving liquid organic fertilizer to the plant, you are getting the positive result in shortest time of 1 or 2 or 3 days as compared to feeding organic solid fertilizer. So both the fertilizers are working in a miraculous way. But what is the difference is liquid fertilizer. Nowadays, many entrepreneurs are exporting this liquid fertilizer to the foreign countries. Although in India, that awareness has started about the liquid fertilizers. Solid fertilizer, solid organic fertilizer, it is selling like anything in India. Liquid fertilizer, I know one entrepreneur, one businessman in Ahmedabad who has in his lab, he has a lab of 1.5 CR. In his lab, out of this liquid fertilizer, he had generated approximately 15 different variants. Out of that, 7 to 8 variants are being taken by the government of India itself for their agricultural land, and they are selling with their labeling and other thing. Rest of the 7 to 8 variants of the liquid fertilizer, this entrepreneur is selling out of the country. So you can understand the potential of fertilizer. So in totality, we can say there are two sub industries over here. One is the gas industry, and second is the fertilizer industry, which we are developing in the same premises. We require hardly 6 to 7 acres land, not more than that. If it is a barren land, if it is a cultivated land, fertile land, that doesn't matter. Only it should be 6 acres of land, where 3 acres will be utilized for establishment of the plant, and remaining 3 acres would be utilized for processing of such organic fertilizers, packaging unit, and further loading to the further destinations through whatever transport way of transportation. Subsidy provided by the government, again, as of now the subsidy is 4 CR. As we have discussed earlier, when the number of plants are less and the government is promoting for such initiatives, that more and more number of businessmen should come forward, more and more number of entrepreneurs establish their plants. So to promote this task, the government now, as of now, has offering a subsidy of 4 CR for a 5-ton capacity plant. So the capacity is mentioned on the row number 3, 4.8 ton to 5 tons. This is the output of this plant. So for 5-ton output capacity, government is offering 4 CR as of now. So coming to the next part, these are all the sources of raw material, sources of wastages, where you can approach and get the raw materials. Anyways, you don't have to approach wastages are anyways available. But still, at professional level, if you would like to hunt out the resources from where you can get the raw material, so the first resource of wastage and the resource of raw material available is the sugar industry. From sugar industry, we are getting the wastage like press mud. From sugar industry, we are getting the wastage like spent wash. These are all the wastages, which is anyways the sugar industrialists are distributing to the farmers, or it is just disposed of, because there is no more anything to extract from that material as far as the sugar industry is concerned. But yes, as far as the gas manufacturing industry is concerned, yes, we are using it as a raw material, although it is a waste, and we are extracting the gas. So extracting gas from the press mud, this particular technology is, a traditional technology, traditional kind of thing, process and everything, which is anyways implemented in India and all across the world traditionally. Then another source of raw material is food processing unit. Again, food wastage you are getting. All these Bazar Samiti, Krushi Utpanna Bazar Samiti, all such kind of vegetable waste, grain waste you are getting. I have seen one Bazar committee where they are disposing of waste of more than 300 to 400 tons per day in Maharashtra only, where they are simply disposing if how much quantity of vegetable you will use as a cattle feed. They will not eat 300, 400 tons. That means this is the kind of huge scope available over there. Then poultry litter, as I told you, particularly in South, you will find big poultry farms having bird capacity of 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakh birds. The wastage which they are getting is in a huge quantity. And again, disposal of that waste, that is the poultry litter, we are having this solution to establish the compressed biogas plant. Then municipal waste, MSW. This municipal waste, nowadays the developers, all these housing society developers have got one direction from the government, that if at all you are establishing any housing society, the wastage of that housing society has to be taken care by the developer and the people of that society, particularly in metro cities, because government also don't have place and space to dispose it off. If you go to the all these disposing stations on the metro city, you will be shocked, you will be surprised that tons and thousands of tons of municipal waste is simply lying, and particularly in rainy season it becomes a havoc to manage this kind of waste. So what I mean to say is, these are all these resources from where we can get the raw materials, which is available in huge quantity, ample of resources and huge quantity of such kind of wastages and raw material is available all across India. Everywhere this is a problem and we have a solution. Coming to the next type of raw material, which has been recently been research developed. This type of raw material is called as Napier grass. In our language, it is called as Hati Gavat ya Hatti Gavat, which is basically and traditionally used as a cattle feed. But now, with the help of research, we have invented that this is one of the sources of raw material, whereby utilizing Napier grass as a raw material to the plant, we are able to extract the compressed biogas. We are able to extract the biogas. And you can see the details mentioned over here, how much land is required for the cultivation. At the same time, what is the raw material cost? It's the cheapest source. You are getting at the rate of 1 rupee per kg, that means 1000 rupees per ton, which is the cheapest source of raw material. And if your plant is established nearby this raw material, then hardly another 10 to 20 paisa will require for cutting, harvesting, and maybe the labor cost, loading, unloading, and processing. So here the total raw material cost might be going up to 1 rupee 25 paisa to 1 rupee 50 paisa per kg, where we can very easily afford to produce biogas. Even if it is going up to 2 rupees, still we are not compromising with the profit margins. So what I mean to say is, this is one type of raw material which can be cultivated by having a syndicate of farmers. Maybe 200-300 farmers can come together. We can have a contract with them. With the help of contract farming, they can cultivate this material. And if you compare this material with any other crop, what is the profitability of the farmer? In 1 acre of land, the production which we are getting, the production of the Napier grass which we are getting is approximately 100 to 150 tons. That is the productivity of this crop per acre. It will vary from location to location depending on the soil quality. At some places I have seen it is going up to 180 tons per acre. Now, when that farmer is selling you at the rate of 1 rupee per kg, and if I am saying that the minimum productivity of per acre is, let us say, 100 tons, how much he is earning? He is earning approximately 1 lakh rupees per acre. That means if he is owning 25 acres land and if he is simply cultivating this crop, this particular Napier grass, his total earning would be approximately 25 lakhs at the rate of 1 lakh per acre. And Hardly 20% is the total whatever labor charge, water, and whatever XYZ things. So you can say 80% is his own profit margin. So in India, there is hardly any crop which is giving a profitability of 80,000 rupees per acre with such minimum efforts. The efforts required are very less. Once you cultivate, once you sow it, you don't have to look at it for 5 years. You don't have to cultivate every year. You don't have to sow it every year. Like sugarcane, we have to again cultivate after 3 years. Napier grass, we have to sow it after every 5 years. So 5 years consistently, you keep on only cutting the grass and keep on getting the profit. So this is one of the revenue generation model for the farmers of either Kodolu district or any other area of the country, where this is a huge scope, and we are assuring them that we are going to purchase. There is an agreement, legal agreement, where we are going to purchase, and at the same time they are happy because they are earning so much. And with the help of advance, and they don't have to cut and transport it to our plant. We are having our advanced machineries which will come to their farm. That entire cutting, harvesting, and whatever chopping into small pieces and everything, and loading in the tractor trolley, and again transporting back to the plant, everything will be done by us. Only the job of the farmer is only to cultivate this crop. That's it. With this, minimum revenue they are generating at the rate of 1 lakh rupees per acre. So this is one revenue model which we can practice. And many of the farmers in Maharashtra, they have already started it. Those who are having dairy farms, those who are establishing their CNG plant on this type of raw material, they have formed the syndicate of farmers with a mutual agreement. They have already started cultivating it and started practicing and working on such kind of revenue model. So what I mean to say is, this is one highly lucrative kind of mechanism where farmers would be getting benefit, as we are talking about doubling the farmers income. So this is one avenue, and this is one opportunity for the farmers where they are able to earn like anything. Coming to the very important slide, I will just briefly explain what is the process of generating gas, how this gas is getting generated. So the first thing which you all see, biomass collection, all these kind of wastages which we spoke about, they are gathered together in a raw material yard. Then after little bit of segregation, where we are removing all maybe stones, plastics, maybe glass, and other non-biodegradable material, this biomass is ready for the process. Then we are putting it to the next stage, which is called as a digester. You can see a well kind of construction, RCC work, where this raw material is, we are putting it over there, and it is allowed for fermentation in absence of oxygen. So what happens? It starts generating the gas, and this raw gas has been collected and sent back to the purification unit, where this gas is getting purified, removing all the impurities from the gas, and the output of this purification gas is a pure biogas. But as because this biogas is having less density, it has to compress in a well designed compressor. There are so many varieties of the compressor, there are so many varieties of the purification gas, there are so many varieties of the digesters. So this gas, we are allowing this gas to compress in a compressor, and then after it is filled up in the cylinders. The arrangement of the cylinders, which you can see, it is not a big capsule. You can see it, these are all the small cylinders kept and connected with each other, which is called as a cascading arrangement. So this cascading arrangement of the cylinders is providing a convenience. At the same time, the possibilities of the accidents, hazards, and other thing, all these safety measures are followed over here, and the possibility of all accidents and everything that had been minimized, that had been totally wiped out. And then after this entire cluster of the cylinder, which is there in the form of a frame, which is in a metallic frame, can be lifted up and loaded on the trucks, and then it can be transported to the desired fueling station directed by the government of India, directed by the other oil marketing companies as to where exactly it is to be transported. So this is a short kind of process of generation of the biogas, how it can be generated from the any kind of waste. I just tried to explain over here. Coming to the next part, which you have seen in the previous slide, the second entity, which is in the form of the plant construction and maintenance, which is called as the digester. So there are various types of digesters. Traditionally, these are all the digesters which are available in India, but we would be talking about the advanced technology. But before we understand the advanced technology, let us understand the traditional setup. These are all the various different types of digester. It can be a CSTR, it can be a UASB, and many other types of digesters are there depending upon the type of internal mechanisms arranged, the type of internal functioning and the technology. Various different types of digesters are there, like modified KVIC, then CSTR, then maybe your UASB and all, many types of digesters. But what is the common point which you can observe over here is, at the top there is a dome. Although the technologies are different, the processing and the internal arrangements and equipments installed internally are different, but at the top you can see a dome shape, which is a flexible membrane. And this flexible membrane is called as balloon, which is imported balloon. Even if you stand over there, it's not going to burst. So it's a very sturdy, strong, and capable of withstanding the load of the gas which is generated inside. But the problem is that leakages and purity issues are there. With this traditional technology, leakages, you are not getting 100% extraction, and whenever the leakage of the extracted gas is there, ultimately you are compromising on your revenue, you are compromising on your profitability. So these are all the traditional digesters which are available, which are, so far we have developed all these plants with the help of all such categories of the digesters. But now there is a new technology, and this technology we are proposing because of many technological advantage, because of many what we are calling it as the sophistications in the entire plant operations. We can see the section over there, section of the digester, where the topmost section is not fitted with any balloon, but it is a completely RCC work, completely concrete work. And whereas this balloon got shifted just besides the digester, you can see over here. So with this balloon and entire setup has been established, and the gas which is coming out of this digester has been extracted, and then it is supplied to the balloon. And the section which you can see over here it is giving many advantage in terms of productivity increases, leakages reduced down, water requirement has reduced down to a very considerable extent. Technical know-how is comparatively easy, although we need to train the manpower. But so long as this Austrian technology is concerned, we can train the manpower. Manpower requirement would be comparatively less. So in totality, this technology is proving an upper hand in terms of the economics of operations. Of course, initial capital requirement would be comparatively little more, but at the same time, the other operating expenses OPEX will reduce down, CAPEX will be little more. So this is the beauty of this advanced technology, where we would be able to produce highly effective, it's highly productive, efficiency increases, manpower requirement reduced, water requirement reduced, technical know-how very easy, maintenance is very easy. So these are all the benefits out of this advanced technology which is available with us. This is a comparison which is given right from the traditional, as well as just now I explained this, right from the traditional kind of setup and the advanced technology setup. We will not get into much more technical details like H2S, CO2 and percentage of everything, this, that, etc. So in nutshell, I just explain you in a comparative way how this advanced technology is proving an upper hand over the traditional technology which we have been implemented in India since so many years together. So this would be a revolutionary step as far as the technology is concerned, where we would be able to provide best of the best solution to our clients, to our customers, to our investors, where highly sophistication, cleanliness, productive output, and many things are there. So coming to the other advantage, like the water, then space requirement is less, can be customized to any capacity. We are getting um, element like sulfur as a byproduct. So you don't have to again have the problem of how to take care of the H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide. At the same time, it is a indigenous technology, and we are able to operate it. Spare parts are available, all technical know-how is available, and that's why it is playing a very advanced role. Coming to the next part, that is the compressor. So the compressors which we are implementing are 100% guaranteed, and the entire uh, compressor operations has been handled by the company people, by the manufacturers of the compressor. So they don't have any issue, we don't have any issue in operating the compressors, because the manufacturer's representative and operator is available 24 by 7 over there. And compressor is the heart of the entire plant over here. If your compressor fails, you can't generate more and more gas, because where will you put and where will you process it further? So somehow we have to slow down the speed of the plant, or reduce the production, so that till the entire maintenance of the compressor. Coming to the next part, that is the storage. As I already explained, that this is the cascading arrangement. It is called as the cascading arrangement, where small cylinders are kept one above the other with the internal connections, and that becomes very convenient, easy to handle, free from all kind of accidents and hazards. So this is the cascading arrangement, which is the new arrangement came over here. Very important part, as I discussed earlier, the byproduct. After extraction of the gas, we are getting the residue in the slurry form. Slurry means it is the mixture of solid and liquid. So although it is an organic fertilizer, but it has to be separated, either exclusively solid part and liquid part. Again, this solid and liquid part are used as an organic solid fertilizer and organic liquid fertilizer, as we have discussed in the previous slides. So this is the setup which is called as a separator. And with the help of this separator, this slurry is getting transferred over there, and with the help of separator, we are separating it in solid and liquid, and there is a separate storage arrangement. And that's why the remaining 3 acres of land which we require is for entire processing of these fertilizers. So you can see over here how this further processing and enrichment of the fertilizer can be done, which is again, as I told you, it is a separate fertilizer industry, and another industry is a gas industry. So your manpower requirement, the attention, the supply chain, and everything has to be handled separately, because this has to be supplied to all fertilizer industries, to the organic farming fertilizers, and there is a huge demand. So there is a further processing which we need to do to convert this fertilizer into an enriched fertilizer, and that processing is quite possible and to get a enriched form of fertilizer. So this is a comparison in between our organic fertilizer and the chemical fertilizer which are available in the market, how it works, how it is playing an upper hand in terms of the contents available in this organic fertilizer as compared to other chemical market fertilizers. So these are all the comparative figures which are given. Again, little bit of some variation is quite possible. So these are all the subjective figures. Coming to the government support, approximately more than 10 to 12 kind of permissions are required, and all kind of permissions and the license are required for establishment of the compressed biogas plant. Now all these permissions, right from the pollution control and many permissions, that has to be taken from the majoritarily from the government undertaking, government offices, and we are the people being consultant, we have upper hand in terms of getting all such permissions. So government support is already there. Once your file reaches over there, within shortest time it get processed and you are getting the license and permissions within shortest possible time. So these are all the things which are there. And coming to the last part, that is the economics. So as far as the economics is concerned, the costing of the main plant is there. At the same time, raw material cost, as I explained, it is varying from 1 rupee, 1 rupee 10 paisa, 1 rupee 50 paisa. At the same time, labor cost is also there, varying from 50 paisa, 70 paisa per kg, maybe sometimes 10 paisa, because if your plant is located nearby the source of raw material, your transportation cost will be very negligible. So adding all these costing, including your capital investment and other costs, to recover this entire thing, the time period, the break-even point which we are reaching is approximately 4.5 years to 5 years, which I am on a higher side, I am telling. On the statistical working, we are reaching within 3.5 to 4 years. But considering all such kind of uncertainties, sometimes plant is under maintenance. So out of 365 days, your plant should run at least 320 to 325, 320 to 325 days. Then we are calling it as a efficient working. And with this efficient working, we would be able to reach to break-even point within 3 to 4 years. So which is very important. So out of this entire process and operations and everything, what is most important? Most important is technical know-how. Most important is the scientific operation of the plant, which we are lagging with, particularly in India. If you are visiting to 10 compressed biogas plant, you will find out of that 5 compressed biogas plant are under shutdown, that means under maintenance. The reason behind, some or other parameters are not getting operated properly. Might be the plant installation is not that scientific, the equipments which are used are not to that standard. So these are all the parameters because of which we are not able to run the plant for 320 days, 300 days. And if your plant is not capable of running for 300 days, we can't expect your break even or return on investment within 4 to 5 years. And then we start blaming on that. Ultimately, it's not the fault of the plant. The kind of equipments, the quality of the equipments, the quality of the process, and the technically qualified manpower which is running your plant matters a lot. So it's not all about only installation of the plant and matter gets over. It's not all about only making the raw material available for the plant and matter is over. It's all about how efficiently you are handling, It's all about how technically and scientifically you are operating the plant. That's why we people are relevant over there. Otherwise,
Dr.
anybody would have. So,
Dr. Nitin, can
yeah,
you finish it?
last
I
2 3
missed.
minutes.
Okay.
Last 2 3 minutes. Yeah. I just extended little more on this economics, uh, although the slide is very short. But then this very important slide from entrepreneurs' point of view, because they focus on this part actually. So that's the important part where the technical people, the consultants played a very important role in engaging the advanced technology, guiding them properly, and under the guidance and the supervision of the consultants. If you establish your plant, I think getting the break even within 3 to 4 years is not a difficult task. Statistically, it has to come in 3.5 years only. Considering other uncertainties, we are considering it as a 4 to 5 years. So, important part is we have to go very systematically. Raw material availability is one concern, but at the same time, plant operation is another concern. So, I hope this has given the better insights in terms of what is the concept, what way it has to be executed by managing different types of materials, by managing raw materials and wastage, the process, the technology, what are the do and don'ts. At the same time, what way we are able to achieve the break even point within shortest time, and the return on investment, which is the major concern to all the investors and the whatever stakeholders. So, with this, I guess if we can establish such units in rural areas where ample of raw material is available, government subsidies are there, government fundings, and all these things are there, and people like us who can take the initiative, establish the plant. So, in this entire processing, the main objective, the how to double the farmers' income, they can't come to the city. We have to go to the villages. We have to go to the material, raw material. And with this, I think I'm confident that the lifestyle of the farmers can be changed, which is actually our initiative and the very purpose of organizing all the series of the webinars and all agro products and everything presentations, is how can we enhance the farmers income. So with this, I'm again thankful to the organizing committee and Dr. Moni for providing me such a nice platform for the presentation. And I hope I might have clarified, but still I have given my number and contact details over here, where you can contact any point of time and clarify your doubts. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor Nitin. Can you come out of your presentation? Okay, come on. Mr. Manish, is there anybody on the background? Mr. Manish? Okay. Uh, is there any feedback from the viewers?
Or any questions also. I can take the questions.
Yeah, that's true. We send this one. Anyway, it's good that you have clarified many points, both challenges and priorities, which I don't think that anybody will have a question. If at all any, question is there, then how to go about it. So
Yeah,
that's it.
right,
It's how to go about it. So,
right, right.
and I'm very happy about it. I was quite impressed by your talk when you made it for on 6th June for the
Right.
digital agriculture in Kadalur.
Hmm.
And now that's why I requested you to come for a detailed presentation,
Always
because
my
anything
pleasure,
would
sir.
like to have a value chain. And the topic which was shown is biogreen energy revolution in India. It is a roadmap for
Yes.
agroeconomic development.
Yeah.
And even though the government said it about 5,000 such installations, but we have 6,500 blocks.
Right.
Each block is an agriculture development block.
Right.
agriculture and rural development block. So I think from 5,000 it has to go to 6,500. Agriculture community development block, and the size and installation capacity can vary from size of the block and raw material availability.
Right.
And this is a one scheme which has to be seriously looked into it and make it operational. And when you
Yes.
go for many stakeholders getting involved, because today a situation which is happening is that the 145 million operational holders, they're involved in agriculture operations, agriculture, horticulture, floriculture, horticulture, and livestock and fisheries. And they are in a very distressed situations that technologies are available, but they're all not available in their area. Industry
Right.
has it, but the farmer don't understand. So even
Right.
though I recall that when Mr. Manishankar Iyer was the Honorable Minister for Panchayat Raj Development, he talked about Panchayat level business hub. And
Yeah.
he said it in 2005, it is now going to be 20 years that.
Right. Right.
And that business hub is essential. And this creating a business hub with agriculture waste is emerging as a serious contender, competitor, and opportunity,
Right.
because already it is a waste. So that waste cannot be wasted. It has to be
Right.
converted as a waste.
Into
So
energy.
that's what put it. The system has generated this much waste, but
Right.
this
Right.
waste cannot be allowed to create nuisance value. This has to
Exactly.
be created as a wealth. I am very happy about it. You have put it in your 60 to 70 minutes address. You've given a roadmap, but we
Yeah.
have to create a lot of awareness and model projects, and we have to work with the lot of stakeholders in terms of from government and non-government players and education
Right.
institution. That's why the Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology, in association with African Nation Rural Development Organization, we have carefully and thoughtfully decided to run this international webinar series, even though it's called open source digital technology, because all the technologies have to be digitized. It is open source. It's a
Right. Right.
digital economy. It is not only coding.
Right.
So
Right.
it is very important. And this is the first university to do this type of what do you call these human resources development, not from the campus, but also from outside the campus.
Right.
It is very important, especially in the agricultural value chain. We are part of the policy formulation, and I was the farmer technocrat, hardcore technocrat, working from grassroots level from 1987 onwards. That still lot of scope. We talk about these $5 trillion economy by 2030 and $10 trillion economy by 2050. $10 trillion economy can be achieved by 2030 by having agriculture rural management,
Right.
technology enabled agriculture and rural management alone, having a proper, efficient, and effective administration management at block level. You can't have the controlled mechanism. It is a development mechanism. We have to have every block has to be headed by a CEO of industry nature. How to make natural resource management and natural resource efficiency, efficient use of natural resource, and be it agriculture, be it dairy, be it fisheries, and agriculture includes all agriculture and allied sector. That so I'm very happy, Dr. Nitin Kubde, and we are also closely associated through MIT, and
Right, sir.
I hope that MIT take advantage in establishing Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies
Right.
to bring in this type of revolution in the state of Maharashtra. And we are also promoting digital technology, digital agriculture in every district, apart
Right.
from the smart tribal farming, which I have initiated through the Soviet Institute of Engineering Technology with NGOs for operationalization at various in a cluster of 10 to 15 tribal villages. We will be going very soon with the project proposal to Minister of Tribal Affairs for appropriate funding. If India has to become a Vikshit Bharat by 2047, 142,000 tribal villages are also should become a smart model village, smart village, and smart tribal village, smart tribal agriculture. And I'm very happy that last week even Dr. Rajiv from the Kerala Veterinary and Agriculture Science University, he said it is a animal agriculture in tribal area. Animal agriculture in tribal area. That is the terminology which is given. I'm very happy that this is happening, and thank you very much, Dr. Nitin Kubde. Let us see to that. Let us work out an action plan, a business plan, an approach note. Based on this presentation, let us prepare an approach paper to be submitted to Ministry of Petroleum. And
how many pages?
No, it's not the question of number of pages. It's a question of even one paragraph should convey a lot of things. That
right.
So it is not like a go down with wet cotton. It's a go down with dry cotton.
I will summarize everything.
It has to be a go down with dry cotton. You strike a matchbox and put it. It should catch fire. Knowledge power. Not the other destructive power.
I understand.
And but this is a potential, because Indian main problem is we are generating a lot of agriculture waste. I'm concerned about it. It can generate a lot of opportunities, employment opportunity, and so on and so forth. We have to bring income generation, empowering farmers to generate more wealth from what they produce. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And there is a call from just 1 minute. That is Dr. Neeraja Paspu. Can you inform me what should be the cost of 5-ton CPG plant using Napier grass? Over to you. Quickly.
Ma'am, for this capacity, which I have already explained in the slide. So it's a 5-ton capacity plant. Approximately it will be 35 CR. Again, some variation would be there based on the steel prices and cement and all these things. So it would be 35 CR, including all licensing, excluding only the land and the electricity point. That's only thing which you need to provide, and the raw material. Excluding these three things, rest of the things will be taken care by us, right? From all licensing, permissions, government permissions, construction, installation, commissioning, and successfully handing over of the plant. And even after that, if you don't have manpower, we can employ our own qualified and skilled manpower, and we can run the plant on profit sharing basis, where we can ensure you that within 5 years we would be able to recover the cost, provided you take our technology.
Thank you very much. And with this, we would like to close the webinar. Thank you, Dr. Nitin Kubde. Thank you very much for the participants. And thank you, Dr. Neeraja Paspu Madam, and for giving your feedback. And with this, I would like to thank Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency Secretary General Ordo, Honorable Vice Chancellor, faculty members, and our guest speaker, Dr. Nitin Kubde, for making a wonderful presentation and give lead way for having bioenergy, having bio green energy revolution in India. And this is very important topic. Today we had it, and let us generate an action plan and business plan for further discussion with the government. Thank you very much. We close the webinar. We close the webinar, and we'll leave the studio. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.